This is Peter with Doc Outdoors. I'm a doc in physical therapy. I'm with Lana right now, and we're in Middle Prong Wilderness in Pisgah National Forest. So we're gonna do an overnight camp and see what this place has to offer. Go. Girl. Cool. A little bit more about myself. Like I mentioned, I am a doctor in physical therapy. I also have a bachelor's and master's in kinesiology. I've been in the health and fitness and healthcare industry for almost 20 years now. 37, started when I was 18, personal trainer. As far as creating videos, content, I just started doing that. I think I published the first video on YouTube, I think, what was it, in March? February, March, something like that. That first video is the first video I have ever made. Those first few videos I was using DJI Osmo Action 5 and an iPhone 16 Pro. And the most recent videos I've been using the Osmo and a Panasonic Lumix GH5. So I'm learning photography and videography as I go along. And so what I'm hoping to do with this channel, as the name implies, right? Doc Outdoors, outdoor focused, health, fitness, fun with the dog. If I can provide useful information regarding health, fitness, and rehab as it pertains to being outdoors, that will be great. I also plan on doing videos in Spanish. We got Lana here. She is almost 2 years old. I've had her since she was 8 weeks old. The funny story when we first picked her up. And so yes, I paid money for this dog. This is not my first dog. My second dog, actually. Well, third dog if you consider the dog that I had when I was growing up. So yeah, Lana is an Italian Mastiff, Cane Corso. She's currently 120 pounds. I first got her 8 weeks old. She was already at 28 pounds. She is a very wonderful dog. Very difficult to train. She was a puppy. She had a little bit of separation anxiety. That's resolved, but she loves nothing more than to lay on top of me or anybody else. And I've got an electric collar on her right now. And if you are walking your dog off leash, that dog better either have perfect recall or you have a means of reeling them back in. Whenever we do encounter somebody, just grab a hold of her collar and wait for them to pass. So Lana in particular has been I should say, could be very stubborn these days. When she was a puppy, that's where the consistency comes in. So if you're considering Cane Corso or any guard dog type breed, either Mastiff, Rottweiler, Doberman, German Shepherd, you better be ready, because they are very powerful and they could ruin your life. Lana, like I said, has been wonderful. Super affectionate, obedient, great personality, athletic, but she is a large breed, giant breed, big chest, and so overheating is something you have to worry about with dogs like this. So once it starts getting above 50 degrees, I slow things down. Always check to make sure that she's not overheating, not panting too much. When we're hiking, I give her water every hour or so. As far as why I got a Cane Corso, well, I wanted a big dog, and I didn't want a dog that had a ton of energy. I was still athletic enough to be able to do stuff like this. So the trail right now is fairly soggy. It's been raining a lot recently, past couple days. It rained pretty hard here in North Carolina. It's been atypically wet. Plenty of water sources. Means you don't have to carry as much. So we've been going downhill, and the lower we go, the more humid it gets. One of the ways I can tell that Lana started to get tired, getting hot, is she's not walking in front of me. As far as temperature, or ideal temperature, that we both like to hike in between like 20 to 40 degrees. The only reason why I say 20 is because we haven't hiked or camped in temperatures below 20. It's a great temperature where both of us can move as quickly as we want without overheating. All right, here's a tip for cooling off your dogs. It's starting to drizzle. It's definitely dark over here. The forecast said drizzle. Hopefully it's just that. Because otherwise, if you notice a change in the sound quality, because I had to put my microphones away since they're not waterproof. starting to come down a little bit. I have to put on my jacket. So it's coming down pretty hard right now. Put on my jacket. I'll let go. Fortunately, it's not cold. So we're turning around right now. There's some waterfalls up there. We had passed by the campsite by the stream. So we'll go back there and just set up camp. My pants are soaked. Alright, so this is the campsite. Plenty of space for the dirt sitting next to me too. Everything is soaked. Fortunately, I'm on top. Yeah, I just tried to feed Lana. Didn't want any of it. So I've got 2 freeze-dried meals, Mountainhouse buffalo style mac and cheese, and chicken fajita bowl. I'm gonna make both of them. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten today, and it is 3:45 p.m. If you're new to hiking or camping or to freeze-dried meals, this is not seasoning for ramen, so don't eat it. Do not eat. In different languages too. Ne pas manger, no comer, nicht essbar. Buffalo style mac and cheese, not my favorite. It's not bad though. On a scale between 2 thumbs down and 2 thumbs up, I give this no thumbs. It's not bad, it's not good, it's definitely edible. So the lawn's a little cold. Put a blanket on there. So I have a synthetic blanket for her, Kelty Bestie. I also have for myself in lighting equipment a synthetic quilt. So in a time like this, with a lot of humidity and everything's wet, synthetic retains heat a lot better than down when it's wet. Let's try the chicken fajita bowl. This one's not bad. I give it 1 thumbs up. So I've got some Starbucks instant coffee. I believe this is the French roast. Hot. Strong. Really bitter. Definitely a 1 thumbs down. It's not good, but it's got caffeine, so it'll do. Alright, so we just left camp because it was raining yesterday. Decided to call an audible and head back to a spot where I knew I could make camp. So overall, it's been a good trip. We are taking a different way back to the truck. So hopefully we see some cool things along the way. Ooh, that's cold. Come on. Come on. You can do it. No. Over here. Over here. Good girl. Come on. Good girl. Come on, you got it. Good girl. I was just thinking, these trails, they've been here for a very long time. Curious what kind of significant individuals had hiked on this spot or any other spot that I've hiked at. Now, initially, when these trails get formed, it is through animal traffic. Deer trails, there used to be elk here. They've reintroduced elk species from Manitoba. We are in the Appalachian Mountains. I can only imagine what this place was like before Europeans settled or even before the Native Americans settled here. So they filmed The Last of the Mohicans, starring Daniel Day-Lewis, in the Appalachian Mountains. And it's one of my favorite movies. Oh man, it's been uphill this whole time. Well, most of it. We got off trail a little bit. Maybe a quarter mile, it wasn't a big deal. But I did end up seeing some nice cascades or waterfalls. It's starting to get hot. And it's pretty much uphill back to the truck. Taking all these photos, videos, really slowing me down. I'm enjoying it. One of the things that I've noticed since starting to film this stuff has been a shift in my approach to hiking. Before, I would just focus on the miles. How many miles can I get today? 8 miles, 10 miles, whatever. I wasn't really looking around too much. By filming and photographing, you have to look, you have to stop, and you have to listen. On I go. Oh, I was hoping for a jump. She's got the best jumps. I was on a portion of the Appalachian Trail in Virginia. You saw people there, and they're moving. Now maybe I'm out of shape. Granted, endurance has never been my strong suit. I was a sprinter, high school, a little bit in college, 40-yard dash, 50 meters, 60 meters, 100 meters, 200 meters. So one of the challenges I've had with video editing is being colorblind. Red, green, blue, yellow. As much as I love being outside, I can't see everything that you guys can see. But the challenge is sometimes the camera will oversaturate, especially certain colors. I'm looking at this video and I'm like, this looks great. Looks normal. And then, sure enough, my fiance tells me, oh, that's way too green or way, it's way too blue. I'm like, you kidding me? Oh, this is tough. I don't know if you can see Lana. She was just laying down under those big leaves. Big girl's hot. Looking good, Lana. Let that be some sage advice to you guys. If you've got some important ladies in your life, family, friends, wife, sister, whatever, don't forget to give them compliments, especially when they put some effort into their appearance. Obviously, don't go complimenting strangers, especially coworkers, because that might seem a little sexually aggressive. Don't want that. Hey, Susie, I like those shoes. Pervert. I am calling HR. Come on. Alright, so we're done with the hard part. Got a mile and a half left to go. My buns are burning. Hiking. Underrated as a glute exercise. And this is the perfect time to rant about the health and fitness industry. Got all these influencers. Quite a few of them are enhanced, either chemically or surgically. And they're telling people what to do, what not to do. Because they've done these things doesn't mean they're wrong. But if you're gonna recommend that I do something to improve or to build or whatever, and you've done it in a different way, then I'm going to go through with it. I'm less inclined to trust you. It seems like every year, every 5 years or whatever, there's some new diet thing going on. I think most recently it was carnivore, which I'm actually glad it did take off, because the amount of nonsense going around about meat being bad for you, and vegan diets are superior, yada yada. It's just like, you look around the world, people that are living very long, they're eating meat. So just blanket shaming red meat, for example, that was just a crock of shit. I'm not saying you should be eating nothing but meat. What I'm saying is, meat is healthy. Let me repeat that. Healthy meat is healthy. Grass-fed, organic cow producing steaks, and the only thing that's happened to them as far as processing was butchering them, cutting them up into bits of meat. Now that piece of meat is very different than a McDonald's cheeseburger. What if they took a solid vegetarian diet, or even a vegan diet, with no processed food, meaning the item that you're eating looks very similar to the way it looked when it came from the farm. That's my philosophy on food. Unprocessed. Process it yourself with your teeth. You take that unprocessed diet, lots of vegetables, lots of fruits, then you add a little bit of meat. There been studies that looked at just isolating those kinds of diets. Maybe. I'm not aware of them. I imagine in healthier countries, there's people who are not eating processed food. We're certainly eating a lot less of them. Get your protein through meat, especially if you're older. As you get older, you become less sensitive to protein, and so you have to eat more of it. Don't drink soda. Don't drink alcohol. Now, some of you might say, well, what about the French? They're drinking wine, this and that. There's a positive correlation. Listen, those people will be just as healthy if you take wine out of their diets. Plus, you're not dumb. Look around you. Look at what the healthiest people around you are doing. Health isn't an event. Health is a continuous process. And you can't feel like you did something healthy or good when 9 out of 10 meals with McDonald's, and then you had a salad or the 10th one. Your diet is shit. You're making unhealthy choices, and that's just that. So imagine health like a game where you score points, but you've got two different kinds of buckets. You got your positive bucket and your negative bucket. So on a typical day, let's say you consume 3 cans of soda, you had some fast food, but for dinner, you had some chicken breast and a salad. That's like -9 plus 1. When you multiply that over decades. So just be aware, be mindful. Every choice you make has an effect on your health. And if you are aware that you're making unhealthy decisions, then you don't get to complain. You know, I feel for those people that just simply do not know what healthy diet, healthy lifestyle means. So you grew up in a household where everybody around you is fat, they're eating crap, they're drinking crap, even though you have access to the internet, and you can easily search healthy food or healthy lifestyle. You tend to be a product, to a certain extent, of your environment. So I feel for those people. I just never had a good example. starting to drizzle. Hoping to get back to the truck before it's raining. I do not want to put on that wet rain jacket. Somebody's getting a bath. Go, Lana. You're too big for that hole. That's what she said. Come on. Let's go. Nope. Try again. Go. Oh, almost jump. Nope. Come on, Lana. You gotta figure it out. Let's go. Come on. Good girl.